Dear children, our lesson is the earth. In this lesson, we are going to learn what is the meaning of the earth, how and when did the life appear on the earth, what is environment and how the human beings are using this environment, and what is called environmental crisis. Let us start our lesson, the earth, with a photograph which is given already in our textbook. Dear children, this is the famous photograph. Can you identify this photograph? Try it. Don't know? Okay, I will say. This is the famous photograph. This photograph name is the pale blue dot. Pale blue dot is a photograph of our planet Earth. It is taken on the Valentine's Day, February 14th in 1990 by the Voyager 1 space probe from a record distance of about 6 billion kilometers. Dear children, can you identify our planet Earth in this photograph? Where is our Earth in this photograph? See children, this is the place of the Earth. Here is our beautiful planet. By observing this photograph, we can say our Earth is a simple small dot in the universe. Who pointed out our planet Earth in this photograph? A famous scientist, Carl Sagan, pointed out that all of human history has happened on that tiny pixel shown here inside a yellow circle, which is our home, Earth. Carl Edward Sagan was an American astronomer, planetary scientist, cosmologist, astrophysicist, astrobiologist, author, and a science communicator. He wrote a famous book called Pale Blue Dot, a vision of the human future in space. It is the sequel to Cosmos book and was inspired by the famous 1990 Pale Blue Dot photograph. In this book, Sagan mixes philosophy about the human place in the universe with a description of the current knowledge about the solar system.
There are now 4 spacecraft which are beyond the orbit of Neptune and Pluto, Pioneers 10 and 11, Voyagers 1 and 2, 4 vehicles of our species plummeting into the interstellar dark. Now, of all those worlds, including the 56 moons that the 2 Voyagers explored, we have no indication of life. There are the stirrings and intimations, but there is no evidence, not a smidgen of evidence, suggesting life anywhere else. For me, that underscores the rarity and preciousness of the Earth and the life upon it. This is where we live, on a blue dot. Astronomy has always been said to be a humbling experience, and I think these pictures underscore that point. And the next slide. Oh, no, it was lightning fast. Can we go back to that? That's it.
Dear children, by observing this pale blue dot picture, what we have understood? The Earth is a small pixel in the universe. So we knew already the Earth is our home. It is the 3rd planet in the solar system after Mercury and Venus. You know already the life is possible only on this planet Earth. Before going to discuss about our Earth, we should know the meaning of the Earth. What is the Earth meaning? The word Earth is an English word. This English earth word comes from the Greek word earth, E-O-R-T-H-E, earth, meaning ground, soil, dry land. The word earth comes from the Greek word earth, meaning ground, soil, dry land. In our country India, we call the earth with different names. The earth has different names in different languages. In Sanskrit language, we call the earth as Bhumi, Prudvi, Dharani, Avani, etc. What is environment? The place where we live and the surrounding areas is called our environment. The environment is the real world that has the living as well as non-living types of surroundings on the earth. It also refers to a particular geographical area. The plants, air, water, animals, human beings, and other living things exist in the environment. We knew already the living organisms strongly connected with the environment. We also knew that the environment is a nature that natures our life on the earth. Everything which we feel, breathe, and eat in our life comes in the environment. Like that, the land, plants, water, air, sunlight, forests, food, rivers, and other natural things come within the environment. Now we shall discuss about the life on this earth. You knew already we live on this earth along with millions of other animals, plants, and bacteria, and also viruses. There are number of plants, number of animals, number of insects, and so many bacteria and viruses are there on this earth. Apart from that, the human beings started their life on this earth over 1 lakh years ago. The human beings are very clever among all living things on this earth. They made so many changes on this earth for their convenience, for their better life. The human beings have been trying to make this earth a better place. The human beings have been changed their lifestyle from early man life to modern day life. There were many changes took place on this earth. When the early men started their life on this earth, there were no such facilities. They were nomadics, means they were moved from one place to another place in search of food. They did not produce any food. They gathered fruits, tubers, and hunting animals in their surrounding areas. They used to live in caves. They were not built any homes like ourselves. After discovery of fire, the early men started cooking, and after the invention of wheel, they moved from one place to another place for food and for shelter. After some years, the early men started agriculture. They also built some small homes, small houses around the agricultural fields. Slowly, this process was lead to village life. So slowly, the humans observed the nature and the environment and understood what was there on the earth, and they coordinated the plants, animals, and birds and natural resources like air, water, and soil, and also the minerals. Slowly, the human beings improved their technology and skills to utilize the natural resources and the minerals. People also built roads connecting distant places and sailed in ships and boats across seas and oceans. In this way, human societies established themselves not only on every continent but also over the seas and oceans too. Dear children, what we have understood from this? So people changed their lifestyle. They have many facilities to lead a better life. So the human beings are developed in lot of aspects. So in the process of human evolution, there were many changes took place. If we see the human life from beginning to present stage, there were lot of changes occurred in the human life. This is one side of the coin in the human development, because every coin has two sides, that is head and tail. Like that, in the process of human development, there is a good at one side and there is a bad the other side. In the process of human development, the people concentrated only on their development. They didn't think about the plants, about the animals, about the resources, about the minerals, about anything. After the industrialization, the goods were made in high quantity, huge quantity. That's why the industrialists required more minerals. So they started extracting the minerals from the soil. For the raw materials, the industrial countries began to search for diverse kinds of raw materials and sources of energy all over the globe. They explored the world and made inventories of all possible resources. They dug deep wells and tried to find out what lay underneath and also explored high above in the atmosphere. Soon, unsystematic mining, cutting of forests, building of factories and fields and roads took place all over the earth. Slowly, this process was lead to pollution. The human industrial activities have impacted on the air, water, and the land around us. All the human activities are the main reason for the pollution. The humans only main reason for the pollution. How the soil is polluted, we knew already. The farmers are using more pesticides and fertilizers to produce the more crops. So this created soil pollution. So not only the farmers, industries also pouring different types of chemicals on this earth. So industries also created pollution on this earth. Nowadays, we have many vehicles around us. These vehicles releasing dangerous gases like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and etc. These gases are creating pollution, air pollution. In addition to burning of fossil fuels, modern industries release enormous amounts of waste materials in the form of solid, liquid, and gaseous waste. This waste contaminating air, water, and the soil. When the pollution is increasing in the environment, the temperature also increasing. This is called the global warming. Nowadays, the global warming is increasing very rapidly. The temperatures also increasing. Who are the responsible for this global warming? Human beings. So the human beings are the main reason for the global warming. Human beings not only polluting the environment, they are extracting more minerals and resources which are available now. they are not thinking about their future generations. The human beings are using more and more minerals for their development. Nowadays, the human beings are very selfish. They are thinking about their development, but they are not thinking about their neighbors and the others, and they are not thinking the upcoming future generations. Before industrialization, when the machines were not made at that time, we utilized small quantity of minerals, but after the industrialization we are extracting more minerals from the earth. For example, coal is a mineral. Generally, we use coal in the process of iron smelting. We also generate the thermal power by using this coal. So coal is very important to generate the power. But nowadays we are extracting more and more coal from this earth. If we use more and more coal to generate the electricity, what will happen in the future? So the coal will completed. That means it is extincted from the earth. So there is no coal on this earth. For example, some lakhs of years ago there were dinosaurs, but now there are no dinosaurs. We are seeing the dinosaurs in the photographs. Like that, in the future generations, the children can see the coal not in the earth. They can see only in the photograph. The human beings not only extracting the coal, they also extracting other minerals. By this, what we have understood? They are extracting more minerals and resources without thinking about their future generations. They are utilizing maximum as possible as minerals for their development. In this process, they are creating more problems to the fellow animals, to the fellow humans. They destructed the forests, rivers and hills and so many resources on this earth. Finally, there are a lot of problems created by the human activities in the environment. So this is called as environmental crisis. How can we say the man himself is responsible for environmental crisis? Number 1 point, more than any other animal, human beings have been trying to make the earth a better place to live in. Number 2, trying to change ourselves and our surroundings, we have entered into conflict with other inhabitants of the earth. Number 3, for a long we have been exploiting the earth for its resources. Number 4, the reckless exploitation of the earth resulted in environmental crises such as global warming and poisoning of our soils, water and air. Thus, we can say man himself is responsible for environmental crisis. We knew already the resources and minerals are limited on this earth. They belong to all. We should care for our environment and minerals and also resources. We should think and utilize the resources carefully. So if we finish the all resources and minerals, what about the upcoming generations? What they use? How they live? Without resources and minerals, how do they live? So not possible. So we should think carefully. We should use the minerals and resources properly. We should keep resources and minerals for the upcoming future generations. Then only they can live comfortably.